backup vocals. Backup vocals are very important in your worship team. They can make or mar your worship. The first rule in mixing for backup vocals is your panning. The panning is very important, and for this demonstration, you can see how I panned my three backup vocals to both my left ear and my right ear, and the male is just sitting at the middle. The first one is panned 80 degrees to the left, which is the female soprano. The second, which is the female alto, is panned at 80 degrees to the right. So I have both my soprano and my alto just sitting at my left and my right ears. And then the male, which is the tenor, is just at the middle at 37 degrees, right? So this gives a kind of surround feeling when listening to backup vocals. And for the processing, the first thing you do, especially when it comes to live sound, when you're recording multi-track, make sure you use your primary source expander. The primary source expander is a wave plugin. What this do is that it helps you to eliminate the bleeds that comes from the drums or from the wedge speakers or from the audience itself into the microphone. That is your first enemy when it comes to live sound or when it comes to mixing for live stream or for recording. Always eliminate background voice or background noise that comes from other source, other instruments. And the primary source expander is a wave plugin. It costs about $50 or so. It's just my go-to plugin. I have it on every vocal channel. It helps me to clean out the plugin, to clean out the vocal. And after doing that, it goes to my SSL. Like I said, my SSL is my sweet spot, my sweet plugin. It is on every channel, from drums to vocals. It is on every channel. It gives me this analog feel with the knobs, as you can see. It's like I'm mixing on an SSL, analog digital mixer. It just gives me that feeling, and it's very precise when I want to dial in my EQ. It's very precise. And for your backup vocals, the first thing you want to do is to clean up your low end. And you can see my low end is cleaned up to like 150 Hz. And then your high frequencies, give it this, presence in the mix, right? So this is just the same for every of my backup vocals. And then your next biggest go-to should be your reverb. When you're mixing for live stream, you're mixing for post-production, you can't just, play with your reverb. Your reverb is very important. And for this demonstration, I have my reverb for my backup, somewhere. Yeah, I've seen it. So my backup reverb, every of the channel, every of my backup singles, every of my backup track is sent to this reverb. And, just playing it, this is how it feels with the backup in solo.
As long as I am breathing.
You can hear the reverb just giving it this kind of all feeling like they are in a very big space. This is what you want to achieve. This is what you want your live stream audience, those that are not in the worship center, to feel when they are at home, when they're in their room, when they are on their earpiece. You want them to have this feeling that they are present in the same environment like the singers. So your reverb helps you to achieve that, right? So, and you can hear how it's panned to both the left and your right. And lest I forget, every of my backup singers is panned or is directed or transported to a backup bus. Now, this is my backup bus, and I'm just doing some little processing on my backup bus. I'm using my CLA2A, which is compression. Compression is very important when it comes to backup singers. It kind of smooths them out, like gives them a level playing ground where each of them don't have to compete, but then they have to be on the same pace. You don't want a scenario where your tenor or your soprano is louder than your tenor is louder than your alto. So it just gives them this, smooth and equal space to express themselves. And I achieved this with my CLA2A. My CLA2A is a Waves plugin, costing about, close to about $30 something. So I I always go for Waves plugin. If you can, please, why not go for Waves plugin? It will save you when mixing. There are other third-party plugins that are very good. We have from Slate Digital, you have from Stock Plugins as well. They are very good, but for me, Waves has always been my number one go-to plugin. I have it on every single channel when I'm mixing. All right, so I have my CLA2A, which is my compressor that is just giving me this function, and then I have my F6. F6 is an EQ. The favorite thing I like about F6, especially the RTF version, is that it gives you this real-time analytics when you are, trying to EQ out some frequencies, right? So I have this on the backup bus. Now, this is how it sounds.
As long as I am breathing, I will always worship you, and I will not be silent.
Now everything sounded together. You can hear how it sounds together with the entire band.